Okay, so this next one is the worst mistake any traveller can make while they're travelling here in Laos, and it's... What's up guys, welcome back to Mac TV. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 biggest mistakes you can make here while travelling Laos. Whether you're planning your first trip here or you've been here many times, it's important to be aware of these facts so you don't fall victim to these risks and dangers. Let's get into it. Okay, so mistake number 1, coming during burning season. Burning season in Laos is a period of heavy air pollution caused by fires from all the farmers burning their old crops, and it typically occurs between February and April. Many travellers make the mistake of visiting Laos during these months without realising, and there's 3 reasons why this is the worst time of year to come to Laos. 1 is the potential health risks. If you go trekking up some mountains and you're asthmatic and you're breathing in the smoke, that won't end well. Number 2, it ruins all the great photo opportunities. If you want to get some great shots of the mountains and the landscapes, you've got no chance. And number 3, if you're planning on doing any sky sports like the hot air balloons, the motor paragliding, or even the viewpoints, all of those are a write-off as well. You're not going to be able to see anything, it's going to be smoky as hell, and it's just going to be a waste of money for you really. Now the best time to visit Laos is going to be from November to February. During these months the temperatures are going to be a lot cooler and all the mountains and the rainforests are going to look nice and lush and green after all the rainfall. It's going to be a lot less smoky and it's just going to be a nicer environment. So if you are planning a trip to Laos, I definitely recommend coming between November and February and avoiding the months between February and April. Okay, so the next big mistake you can possibly make is trekking without a guide. Now Laos is known for its beautiful scenery and amazing landscapes and mountains, and everybody wants to go exploring when they get here. But it is really important to take precautions when you do want to go trekking or hiking, or even if you want to get a motorbike and just go exploring. Now many travellers while they're here make the mistake of going off the beaten path on a motorbike to go and find some cool village or go look at this viewpoint or something like that. Now this can be very dangerous and potentially life-threatening. Now it's actually very easy to get lost in Laos. There's no proper road signs. The people here are few and far between when you go out of the main cities, and if you do want to ask for directions, they might not even speak English or whatever language you speak. And if you're outside the main cities, you're not going to get any phone signal, there's no Wi-Fi, and a lot of the cafes and restaurants don't even have Wi-Fi here either. So if there is a particular viewpoint or a village that you want to check out that is in the middle of nowhere, always hire a local guide or try and find a group tour, because the last thing you want is to be stuck up a mountain or stuck in a random village in the middle of nowhere, no phone signal, stranded, because that would be a living nightmare. Big mistake number 3, paying for private transportation. Hear me out on this one. Private transportation does sound appealing, yes. And what I mean by private transportation is all of the hotels that you're going to stay at offer these minibuses to different locations, such as Vang Vieng, Luang Prabang, Paxi, all the best places to travel to in Laos. But what they don't tell you is if you're the only person on that minibus, you'll be paying for every seat. So that means the price is going to be 6 times more expensive if you're the only one on that minibus. Many travellers make the mistake of paying this without even knowing they're paying for every other seat on that bus. So these prices are going to quickly add up if you plan on travelling around Laos in this way. What I recommend is if there's no one travelling to the same destination as you at your hotel, just try and find a local transport shop or even another hotel where there's going to be other people travelling the same place as you, and that way you're going to get the prices a lot cheaper. And this is going to save you a lot of money when you're travelling from place to place in Laos. Yeah. And this leads me right on to the next big mistake, number 4, which is failing to plan your journey. Now Laos is a relatively small country, but it can still take a long time to get from one place to another. And many travellers make the mistake of not planning their journey in advance, which can actually result in a lot of wasted time and a lot of missed opportunities. And some of the places that you might want to visit are actually impossible because of the itinerary that you've brought with you. Okay, so here is a prime example. I wanted to visit this Gibbon treehouse experience, where it's got the tallest tree houses in the world. Sounds pretty cool, yeah? But it's a 2 to 3 hour trek up a mountain, which isn't exactly impossible, and it does sound doable. But unfortunately for me, there's no way I would have made it up there with these 2 massive bags. Trekking uphill with those bags in the heat with a lot of camera gear, and it is heavy, about 40 kilograms. I probably would have passed out. Some places in Laos, you're just gonna have to pack light and leave some things behind. What I would probably have to do is book a hotel somewhere where I could leave my bags and then just take a light bag and just the bare essentials that I needed for the trip. So always do your research when going to these places and these experiences, because some of these places are high up up in the mountains, and if you're like me and you're carrying a lot of stuff, it may not be possible. And there'd be nothing worse than traveling 2 or 3 hours to get to a destination only to find out you can't actually get there because of the stuff that you brought with you. That would be a nightmare. So always do your research when you're paying for these experiences and these excursions. Find out how long away they are, where they are, what the terrain's like, what you're going to bring with you. Are you going to be able to make it there? Because the last thing you want to do is pay $200 or $300 for one of these experiences, like that treehouse gibbon experience that I nearly did, and then get there and realise you can't actually make it up the mountain because of all of the stuff you've brought with you. Okay, so this next one is the worst mistake any traveller can make while they're travelling here in Laos, and it's buying from these happy menus in the bars in Vang Vieng. Now, Vang Vieng is a popular backpacker destination and it's known for its wild parties, and all around Vang Vieng you get offered these happy menus, or sexy menus they call them. And on these sexy menus they offer every drug under the sun, everything from magic mushroom pizza to opium. Now, I managed to sneak a photo of one of these menus, so have a look at it here. As you can see here, they've got everything on here, and if you was to buy any of this, it's just going to land you in hot water very quickly, and it's going to result in some serious consequences. Now, these people that work at the bars, they work onside the local police to catch people out and extort money out of them. This is how they make the money, the police in Laos. And I actually witnessed this firsthand the other night. So what happened was, some girl brought some weed from this bar. 2 hours later, there was 4 police officers knocking on a hotel room door, and there was just no way for her to get out of this situation, basically. So long story short, I heard the next day they took her passport off her straight away, and she had to pay 5 million kip to get it back, which is about $300. To avoid mistakes like this, you basically just want to stay away from any of these happy or sexy menus. Just don't get buying anything off them at all, and just basically enjoy all the natural beauty that Vang Vieng has to offer, which should be enough excitement for anyone without having to buy anything off these stupid menus. So just be aware of all this if you are coming to Laos, especially if it's your first time here, because making any of these mistakes is going to ruin anyone's travels fast. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it useful in some way. If you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel, and that just leaves me to say cheers guys, peace, see you in the next one. Okay guys, I've just got one more mistake for you, and this one is when you come to leave Laos, and it's about the Lao kip money. Now, I heard from a friend you can't actually exchange the Lao kip money when you're back in Thailand, so make sure you spend up all the money here while you're here in Laos. Failing that, if you've still got quite a bit left, just go to one of the exchange shops and exchange it there, because for whatever reason, when you're back in Thailand, at the exchange shops, they don't accept the Lao kip money, and you'll be lumbered with this money until the next time that you come to Laos. So just remember this when you're leaving Laos and when you're on your way out of here. Cheers guys, peace, see you in the next one.